This week on the Spotlight, we take you back to the Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan Bulls of the 90s. What a sight to see. And then we go back to the White Sox, John Danks. He had some great years. We also flash back to, I know there's somebody else. Yeah, that's right, Alex Fernandez. He was one of the great pitchers of the 90s. And we finish with Roberto Hernandez. He was a great relief pitcher. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop. Open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers. 708-474-1212. A great floral shop. Lansing Floral. You've got to get to the Ballpark Pub for my trivia. I'll be there Monday, May 15th. I'll see you on Pershing Road. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting. Most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the Wise Owl at Van Buren and Racine. Pizzas, pork sliders, Cuban sandwiches, carrot soup, elote, burgers, tacos, salads, and more. Great cocktails and great bartenders. A tremendous array at the Wise Owl, Van Buren and Racine. See you there. You've got to get to Mad Anthony Sports Bar and Grill, 3350 West 47th Street. Serving La Coco's Pizza, always good. A wide variety of sandwiches and the full bar. And my trivia game every other Friday, starting at about 5:45. So good stuff at Mad Anthony. I'll see you over there. We'll have fun. We'll eat, drink, and play on a Friday, late afternoon, early evening. Welcome to another edition of the Benkowski Sports Spotlight. We're in the basement of the stadium where heavy-duty playoff action will be coming up in the next couple weeks, but not quite yet. We're going to start with a brief snippet on the Bulls. Of course, they wrap up their road trip now, and in the absolute home stretch of regular season games. Just before they left, we talked to a few people like Scottie Pippen, who had some interesting thoughts about where the club was directed and maybe this microscopic media view of the team and himself. Despite the big win over Detroit and Scottie's personal great game against Atlanta, Pippen's been under the microscope of late, and I talked to him about those kind of things in the stadium locker room.
Those are the kind of games that we need where we can get out on a team and make them have to play uphill all night. And that's what we've been doing the last few games. We got to jump out where we can get teams climbing uphill, and now they got to conserve some energy to try to get back into the game. We don't want to coast through the game, but we want to get that nice cushion lead where we can maintain the tempo.
You know, it seems to me of late that there have been times where, and I guess the Phoenix game would be part of this, but other ones too, where your performance for some reason is in the microscope. You know, Michael has his points, and, you know, occasionally we'll have an off game, and that seems to be always forgiven. But whenever there's any problem in your game, it seems to be so ultra-analyzed. Have you thought about this, and is that a correct assessment?
Well, it's pretty much correct. I mean, that's the last 2 games. I know I haven't been playing up to my capabilities, and that's something that I'm going to just have to play through. Maybe I'm physically tired, but, you know, it's hard to tell when you're physically tired because you have so much love and want for the game to go out and play that, you know, you try not to let that be what's wrong. But I don't know what it is. I'm sure I'll be able to play myself through it.
What are the kind of things specific things that the Bulls need to do to go on the kind of run to put the conference away, home advantage?
Well, we need to put a string of games together for his wins. I have no problem with us going on the road playing. We've always been a good road team. That's probably where our strength is when we go on the road, because we're able to go out and concentrate a little bit more. I feel very confident with us going on the road. I think we can come up and win some big games, and that's what we're going to have to do.
To wrap up, a couple of years ago, I remember you and Horace had a little free throw contest going down the stretch to kind of help each other through a struggle period that you were both having at the line. What about giving that a shot again? Who knows, maybe some funds for charity or something as a beneficiary, but to motivate each other.
Well, we're definitely going to do something. I mean, we're struggling right now from the line, and it's probably not only hurting us, but it's hurting the team. And to be out there in the crunch time of the game, you got to be able to make your foul shots. And it's just going to have to take a little bit more concentration and practice. But, I think we'll be fine with it.
To get a total overview of the way the team's playing right now, is there one particular area that you think the team needs a little bit work? Would it be, I'm going to guess and say, it would appear to be on the defensive end?
Well, your defense has to become your mainstay, because in the playoffs, defense is what wins games. Your offense is a 50-50 thing. It comes and goes, but if you're strong defensively, you can stop the other team from scoring, and then they can kind of give yourself a chance to win the ball game.
As you look ahead to the final half a dozen, 8 games or so, what do you see about the attitude on your club as far as keeping the Knicks off and winning the Eastern home advantage?
Well, we're just trying to be playing the best basketball that we possibly can play. We're not too much worried about what the Knicks are doing. The most important thing for the Bulls is to be playing the best basketball that we can play, just take care of ourselves.
And about Trent Tucker off the court, at a recent charitable function we did together for the Sertoma Career Center in Alsip, Illinois, Trent gave up his shoes, personal tickets, and other effects to help us raise more than $24,000 for the handicapped. Trent Tucker, a special guy. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early on a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furlan, DDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. I got a new show coming up I want to tell you about. It's at McKell's, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. I got my trivia game there May 10th and 24th. Those are Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. So I'll be looking for you. We have a great time, great staff, great drinks, great fun. McKell's Trivia with me. I'll see you over there. We flash back to 2014. Adam Dunn just coming over from the National League where he really pounded the ball, but couldn't match those numbers when he came to the White Sox, unfortunately. Can you elaborate a little bit about playing the Tigers? It's a team that's been strong for a while. Some big-name players. I don't know if there's a feeling in the room of extra importance, but I noticed what's usually a card game over there was Cooper and the catchers going over numbers. So, I don't know, is there extra attention given to this series?
Actually, you weren't here early enough because our remote control cars, no, seriously. Yeah, so that was the most important thing today, was getting those charged up and kind of getting the wheels balanced and things like that. So
Everyone's still loose.
yeah, I mean, is this a win or go home kind of deal? And we got 4 in June against them, so you know, we got a few more games if things don't work out our way.
Who's best at remote control cars?
Huh?
Who's best at the remote control cars?
That's pretty tough. Actually, it's easy, me. But probably Sale's a close second. Flo's, I don't know, Flo's pretty good too. Dank stinks.
Adam, you haven't been able to get on a streak, and you're 4 games behind. You're playing 4 games against them. Would this be the time to get on a hot streak?
Obviously, anytime you can get on a hot streak would be awesome. But again, I think people are trying to make this into something that it's not, and that's kind of a must-win series. I mean, the only reason you obviously we're home. We've been playing pretty good at home. We want to keep that up, and obviously the series in Anaheim we didn't play too good. So I don't care if we're playing the Tigers or some little league team. It doesn't matter because we didn't play good for 3 straight games, but now we're home and hopefully we turn it around.
Adam Purcell was 3-0 with a 1.64 ERA here last year.
We lost 99 games last year.
Well, but he did very well here specifically, as opposed to Detroit against you guys. How do you approach him and how do you solve them?
Again, it's depending on our approach against him. I mean, he's obviously got a great sinker and great changeup, and great curveball, but it seems like everybody on their staff has the same thing. So, hopefully we can make him work a little bit, get his pitch count up, and when he does make mistakes, make him pay.
You mentioned how happy you are to be home. After having 3 tough games like that, does it make a big difference to be able to come home and kind of reset things a little bit?
I mean, not very often you have a week on the West Coast, and definitely, it was a long week, and especially with interleague, and just it's good to get back to kind of normalcy, and hopefully that we'll come out and play well. I mean, that's the key. I don't care. Again, like I said, I don't care who you're playing or whatever. You just want to come out and play well.
Thank you.
You got it. Yep.
We're talking White Sox baseball, and a couple times out recently you've gone deep into games with really low hit totals, and just seemed like you had a combination of good control and command. Can you talk about those couple outings?
Well, it's the goal every time out. Certainly had some starts I'd like back, but I feel like that's just in my job title, and fortunately I was able to do that.
In hearing the music here in the clubhouse, I know that you go back and forth between the style of music that is played. There's some country playing now, and I haven't talked to a player about this, I think, in 30 years. But there was a guy years ago named Mike Marshall who played for the Dodgers, and he had a relationship with Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's. And now, of course, I've read plenty about you and your country singing wife. Can you elaborate a little bit about the complexities of your entertainment careers?
Well, it's we certainly understand the travel aspect and having to be a bunch of different places throughout the year, but she does a good job of making time, come and see me whenever she can, and obviously in the off season I'm following her around, so it's fun. It's that's something I loved before I met her was music and going to concerts. So now I'm get to go to a lot of concerts.
Yeah, in fact, I think your brother said something to me about you didn't have your off-season regimen of playing each other as much because you relocated to Tennessee, I think.
Yeah, I'm in Nashville now, and love it. Obviously miss Austin some, but I love it in Nashville, and I'm still learning it, but I'm far enough away from Coop that I don't run into him too much.
That's extra funny. I forgot he was a Tennessee guy too. A little bit more about your club. You're into June. You've exceeded, I think, many people's expectations, especially with your injuries. And now you're to me, a clear-cut contender. Is there a feeling in this clubhouse that you guys can beat anybody, including the Tigers?
Yeah, we felt that going into the year. We understood the people's expectations and predictions, but we didn't necessarily agree. And we're playing good ball. There's a lot of season left. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but certainly we feel like we have a chance to win every night out.
To wrap up, one key difference from last year is the early production by your offense. And I know you're not averaging 5 a game anymore, but it's maybe 4.7. And just the way your lineup is shaped up, it just seems more potent, and you win games late. What does that mean to a pitcher?
Yeah, we don't feel like we're ever out of a ball game. No matter what the score, these guys are playing hard, till the game's over, and it makes our job easier knowing that we don't have to be as fine. We can just stay aggressive, and these guys are going to catch it behind us, and they're going to score some runs. So it's our job just to throw strikes and hold them best we can.
All right, well, continued success, and when's your wife going to do the national anthem?
I don't know. We'll see.
Work on that.
I will.
Thanks a lot.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous Grade of Cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You've got to get to the Sock live Bidkowski trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's.
As the ace of their pitching staff is Alex Fernandez. And Alex, as you pile up big innings and go into the final couple of days, do you reflect back at any portion of the season and say that was a rough road for us? If we could have split that series of 6 or 7 games, we'd be in a little better shape right now?
I think you could always look back in any season, even the seasons we've won and won our division and gone to the playoffs. You could look back and say, I wish we'd have done better in this road trip or this homestand. And but that's part of the game. You can't say I wish, if this, if that. You got to take day by day and hope for the best each day. And obviously mathematically we're still not eliminated. It's going to be tough for us, and obviously we know that. And I've said it before. Basically, we got to go out there and win every game.
When you look back at 1996, some of the high points were new people emerging, in effect, in leadership roles. Tony Phillips getting on base a lot. You honing down the top spot on the pitching staff. Roberto coming up with a big year. Were there any surprises to you, people who came up with big years that maybe you weren't ready for?
I think not surprises, but unproven, where like James Baldwin, he came up and did have a good year. I expected what Kevin Tampany did this year. I expected, then I think he has thrown more innings than he usually does, but he's gone out there and pitched extremely well for us. I think the big thing is Tony Phillips' defense. I mean, his defense has been unbelievable this year, and I appreciate it because I'm on the mound. He makes unbelievable plays when I'm on the mound and when anybody else is on the mound. So I think that's one of the biggest surprises I've had personally this year. All in all, we've all played well. Everybody's played to their capabilities.
It's funny because as a pitcher out there, you could be throwing a beautiful game, and then if somebody can't get to a ball or can't make a throw to a base, kind of erases a lot of your good work.
Absolutely. I mean, defense is the most important part for pitching, other than location and throwing where the ball where you're supposed to be. If you make your pitch and they hit it somewhere that your defense is not, or they make an extremely great play, that turns the whole game around. So defense is the number one priority for pitching.
Well, both Tony and Harold, with their clutch hitting, have played key roles. I guess life begins at 37, huh?
I guess so. I'm sure they don't want to say that, but they've had great years, and they're getting better as age goes on. You know, they're getting better, and they did a great job for us.
How about the idea of experience and what you learn in a major league career? Certainly they're applying, in their cases, 12, 13, 14 years, but now that you've been around a while, how do you pitch differently being a smarter pitcher?
Well, I mean, not necessarily you pitch differently. I think you just gone through the situation so many times because of the experience you've had. You've been out there I've been out there personally 6, 7 seasons, and you've gone through that same tough situation like maybe 6, 7 times. You're going to get better as time goes on. So if you did make a mistake, you learn not to do that mistake again, or you learn from it. So I think that you become better as a ball player as age and experience goes on.
As we hit the air, we just got the memo on Karko's surgery, and with Ron Karkovice out and ailing a lot of the latter half of the season, you've had to make the adjustment to a couple of different catchers, Pat Borders and Don Slaught among them. How has that worked for you?
Well, I mean, Karko had been my personal catcher pretty much the whole year, my whole career. And, it takes an adjustment, but you got experience back there, and just as well now with Borders or Slot. Those guys have been around for a long, long time, so it's not as bad as when you bring a rookie or you bring someone that is not in the league, not in the same league. So these guys have been around, they know what they're doing, so it's kind of an adjustment, but it's an adjustment that could be made, and just with paying attention and working with the guy, it could be made pretty easily.
To wrap up, regardless of how this season ends, certainly the mathematics working a little bit against you as we hit the air, but a lot of people want to know, where your head is at as far as 1997 goes, and if the agreement should happen, as we think it could be happening also as we speak. What are the likelihoods of coming back? We know some conversations have already taken place.
Well, it would be great for me to come back. I honestly could tell you right now, I don't know where I'll be playing next year. I don't know what team I'll be at. If the agreement does happen and I do become a free agent, I would love to come back. It's really up to the Chicago White Sox and their organization which direction they're going to go. If they're going to try to win, I would obviously think they're going to try to sign me for a long-term deal here. But I'm going to obviously leave my options open. There's a lot of other teams that I love to play for. So I'm really up for grabs. I'm from White Sox, and I'm still a White Sox until I become a free agent. And hopefully I can finish my rest of my career as a White Sox.
Said diplomatically and truthfully, we appreciate it, and we hope too. I wish there was some way we could kind of get a pool to go together, go into the Alex Fernandez free agent pool. But best of luck, whatever happens.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense, competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. My game show at Oliver's gets better and better at 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. Live trivia, alternate Thursdays at 7 p.m. Have great food, great drink, and great trivia at Oliver's. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. You've got to get to the Ballpark Pub. Alternate Mondays at 8 p.m. I'm doing my trivia. May 15th, the next one. Come eat. They have a great menu, great food. I eat there all the time. You can drink, play, and win. It's at 514 West Pershing Road, right by Sox Park. Great place. Ballpark Pub. Play my trivia game. See you there. Roberto Hernandez is one of the top relievers in White Sox history, and now he's a Royal.
A young staff, so basically almost everybody except for Henry and Grimsley, because they've been around long enough, just like myself. But Wilson, Chris Wilson, who pitched yesterday, pitched a great game. Dan Reichert, Tony Kogan, who's a local boy from Chicago also. He's a left-handed pitcher. Jeff Austin, who's a top prospect with the Royals, who's got a pretty lively arm. A lot of guys. But I did most of my work was in spring training because it seemed like a lot of them were all babies.
It's funny. Also, I want to kind of get your recollections of your White Sox days. When you think back to those days, and it seems like a long time ago, what are the favorite memories you have of playing on the South Side?
Favorite memory, just walking out of that bullpen, and then the fans always behind you, good or bad. They let you know if they weren't happy with your performance, but
they were honest.
They were honest, and that's all you can ask. I mean, to me, this is always and will always be my favorite place to come in, because they're very knowledgeable fans. They appreciate if you go out there, hard work, and you give them everything you got. Just strutting in from the bullpen just made my day every time, and I always enjoy coming into it. Sometimes I get ragged because they think that it was my fault because I left. I was traded. But that's one of the things that you got to realize that at that time, baseball is a business. It wasn't my decision, but it's something that I live with, and I try to adjust. Because I'll never forget Chicago.
Also, looking ahead to where you are in your age and your career, how long do you see yourself playing if you could control it? And would you like to finish your work in a Kansas City uniform?
I like the organization. They've been honest, and and I like Tony Muser and the general manager. They've been up front, and the organization is trying to go up in the right direction. I would like to finish my career. Who knows? I don't hold that card, But I see myself still throwing 2-3 more years. I mean, since I left Chicago, the stuff hasn't diminished. I don't know why. I'm getting older, but
you're a late bloomer.
I hope that's what it is. I hope it continues. You look at guys like Nolan Ryan, he's still pitching to his 40s. Who knows? I don't know if I'm going to do that. But as long as I continue to enjoy the game and I go out there and compete and want to compete, sky's the limit.
To wrap up, what's the best team you ever played on, and what if you were called upon to be traded to a contender who was looking for a veteran bullpen guy?
That is all depends on the Royals, what they want to do. If they want to go take a few steps back and get some prospects, but the best team that I was on is the 93 White Sox. I can't say the 94 team was real good, but we never finished the season. But the 93 White Sox were the best group of collection of guys that I ever played with.
Well, that's quite a statement.
Yeah.
They'll be trying to reduplicate that on the other side of town. Meanwhile, while Roberto's in, he'll be trying to knock the Cubs out of their playoff situation and do some damage that way. We'll be watching for him on ESPN highlights with the big late inning whiffs. And we'll be back with more in the Spotlight right after these important messages.
You've got to get to Lulu's. Some of my best friends, technical people, go there. Italian beef, hot dogs, burgers, chicken, gyros, fish, salad, subs, and ribs. It's at Taylor and Ogden, 2200 West. It's easy to find and great to eat. Lulu's. This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie.
Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.